Peter, today is July 10th, 2025, a day that will live in infamy. It's day 315 of Sacred Prophet, being 100% correct all the time, always, all the time. I need a board. Number of days since Tom has been wrong. 0. It keeps going up. I might as well set it to infinity and never change it. What did I say Bitcoin would do when
this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
When it got to breakout territory. All right? Some serious shit. This is what we're seeing right now, folks.
I can't believe it. I looked at my app. I was like, wait, 116? What? Wait, what is that again?
Can't believe it. I said 115 this week. That's what I was expecting. 115 this week. Signal went out on the Sacred Prophet dashboard for free for everybody. You might be like, hey, Tom, where's all the signals from Twitter that I was so used to? You were meticulous and giving me all the levels every week, recapping. Freebies over, babies. Head over to sacredprophet.com, click a few buttons, get yourself set up, and you can get the signals for what you need, because it's not just that Bitcoin broke out, Peter. A lot of people have been talking about Bitcoin breaking out, right? The liquidity junkies around the world, the Raoul Pauls around the world, totally fine. Bitcoin's going to break out. Who's been telling you the levels and the days that it's going to happen? Who's been telling you that? Ya boy, Sacred Prophet.
Nostradamus. Actually, you're better than Nostradamus. Nostradamus is pretty vague. You're like, it's going to bounce off of this line. It's going to do 8-ball corner pocket.
Corner pocket, exactly. All right, so let's just jump to the charts right now, because we're going to talk about what we've seen over the week so far, and everything's been happening exactly as we thought. And here's the important: if you haven't, you're not in. If you're not in right now, you must be feeling pretty sheepish. You're like, I've been listening to Sacred Prophet now for weeks. He's been calling for exactly this. He's been saying it exactly, and I'm not in. So there's 3 groups of people here that are in trouble. There are the people who are in, who up until like 10 seconds ago thought to themselves, I should cut my position, right? People telling me, I'm in, I'm up some, I should cut my position. I'd be like, no, what are you talking about? We're 50x leverage traders here. What does that mean? It means you got to hold your winners in order to pay for all the losers you have down when you're trying to pick the bottom.
Right? Not financial advice, do your own research.
Then there's the people who are not in, who are feeling FOMO right now. I cannot even believe.
I can't imagine what you must feel like if you're not in. You've been waiting to get, and now you're seeing it shoot up. I imagine there's a lot of people rushing to get in right now, right? Isn't that what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. And then there are the shorts that are just, I mean, talk about a world of hope. Of pain. Thank you very much for your sacrifice. The future will be paved with your blood and bones.
Say that again. Wait, a world what? The shorts.
The shorts right now are in a world of hope. Nope. Not hope.
I gave you a second chance and you still messed it up.
The shorts are in a world of pain right now. And I could understand why. If you're taking a look at the narrative out there about all the bad things, you think to yourself, hey, there's no way the market's going to be able to go up. Excuse me, COVID. Excuse me, all-time highs of COVID. Lockdown, world lockdown, market all-time highs, trillions of dollars of liquidity. Excuse me, altcoin market, GameStop.
What does that have to do with anything?
The worse things are, the higher the market goes. Okay? The market is not a measure of when things go well. They're a measure of when things go poorly. Inverse correlation. Have I said that clearly yet? The worse things are, the better it is. Okay? Black Lives Matter, unrest, riots at home, stock market up. Iran gets bombed for the nuclear facilities, market go up. Potential for famine, energy drought because of Ukraine war, market go up. Market go up. Things go bad, market go up. Things go good, market go down.
So that sounds like if if Trump does decide to put himself as Fed chair or run for a third term, we should be all for that.
Can you imagine how much Donald Trump will basically guarantee stock markets at nosebleed levels? You think he wants to go for a third term or become Fed chair himself and the stock market be down? Oh, hell no. Hell no. He ain't about that.
You underestimate my power.
Bro, he wants that stock market up. Big, beautiful bill. Spend, 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 baby. Let's cause that hidden inflationary tax on the worker, on the consumer, and let's get that market up. And you know who's here for it? Your boy, Sacred Prophet. Now, would I prefer more of a Ron Paulian utopian existence where you can work for your money, earn it, save it away, it grows, you're able to buy a home for you, yourself, your children, set them up for some longevity, and you don't have to play inside of these markets trying to casino your way into well-being? Wouldn't I prefer that? Absolutely. 100%. And if I could want to help bring that world to being, I do it. But I'm in this world. All right, we're in this dark timeline. And in this dark timeline, there's no point in being a pleb. Let's get to District 1. Let's get to Central Time and time zone and end time. Let's get to where we need to go. Let's be erudite. Let's not be, what do they call them? Divergence. That's not what we're about. Now, one day, a Candace Everdeen is going to come and topple the system. But it is not this day. It is not this day. This day. We celebrate.
We trade. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get to the charts. Let's get to the charts here, folks. Last week.
Okay, hang on. Before you do this, what are the two things we're going to be talking about here? What are we going to learn in this stream?
Those of you who listen to me and you're in the trade right now, you're thinking to yourself, when do I get out? When do I take my profits? So I want to address that because there's two ways of thinking about that. There's the chicken shit way, and then there's the Sacred Prophet way. Either one is fine. You'll be making money. Then there's the people who didn't want to listen to me, who were like, I'm going to think about it my own way, and things are going bad, or narrative this, and I saw this person on Twitter that. And you're like, okay, I made a mistake. Now I'm willing to listen. Tom, what do I do? All right, you jumped out of a plane without a parachute. I'll get you set. Let's start with the people who listened. We take a look at last week's chart. What did we say? What are the patterns we have learned to pay attention to week after week after week? What happens, Peter, this is the Sunday. What happens usually the first day of the Bitcoin weekly cycle?
It moves in the inverse of what it's going to do.
Right. Whatever Bitcoin does that first day, Monday, often it will reverse that for the rest of the week. So what we were looking for is a pullback from Bitcoin down to the weekly level. Our weekly level was here at around 108.2. This weekly level over here, Bitcoin pulled back to that and then went the other way for the week. Okay. Then we said, we're not expecting the price to go much lower. If it's going to happen, if it's going to go down at all, it'll go to the trend line. But since we had a correction in time, not in price, and so that didn't happen, I said, what's going to happen next is that we are in breakout territory. I'm not the only one who's talked about this. Bitcoin has been in this flag pattern, this channel. We moved up, down, up, down. These are the two humps of the camel. Third hump of the camel, pulled back only part way, moved up, broke up above that level. What did I say would happen when we broke up above that level? We would retest. That retest coincided over here. This retest, not the beginning of this week, but last week. Retest. We did not break lower. That's a confirmation. Then yesterday, Bitcoin broke up to our first trend level over here, our first diagonal trend, to hit 112. And won't you know it, I was contacted by people saying, okay, Tom, I was in, I'm up, should I sell? And what did I say?
Don't sell.
Has incurred the sentence of excommunication.
You're damn right you don't sell. We're waiting for the trend to happen. Everything falls exactly the way it's supposed to. I've been calling for 150 Bitcoin in this month, and you're going to sell? Come on. Come on. You know the problem here, Peter, is because I've been calling these bounces since down at 74, right? So I called over here at 74. I called, we didn't hit our daily levels over here, but I did call over here at, this is 99, right? Yeah, and 99. So you could have gotten in over there. And then I called it again here at 105.6, 105.5. Remember that? Right? Both these areas we talked about, wait for the pullback to our levels. They give us perfect entries. Look at that. Look how perfect those entries are. Calling the bottom. You don't got but 2 hours to get in. God dang it.
Don't worship me, oh no.
Don't worship me, folks. Don't worship me, folks. Tell me I'm not calling them, Peter. Tell me I'm not calling these guys.
It looks like you're calling it. It's
Right,
kind
the
of
lows.
eerie. It's kind of strange, honestly.
Yeah. And me personally, on the pullback on the Monday, I even got in there. I didn't even call that out, but I got in there. Those of you who have the indicators, which you can get for free, sacredprofit.com. Head over there, sign up, register, get it for free. All it costs is your firstborn child. No, sorry, that's phase 2. All it costs is nothing. You sign up for an affiliate program on one of our networks. You're trading anyway. The cult stuff comes later, folks. We have to build the audience. If you've seen season 3 of Heroes, you know what I'm talking about. You get in there. So if you got into those levels, well, your liquidation levels, so you get in at 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5%, your liquidation levels is near, is down like around like 103. Right? You're not worried about this drop over here from 116 down to 103. And if it falls, I'll just adjust that right now. If I'm saying hold, it's not financial advice, that's what I'm doing. I'm saying hold it. Right? The whole point of the 50x leverage trades is to just ride out a trend and make a boatload of money on your way up. But you go, hey, Tom, but what if I lose it all? Dude, that's the game, okay? That's the game you're in. If I could guarantee you that you wouldn't lose it, we wouldn't be talking right now. I wouldn't need you. Wouldn't need you at all. But the times that this does work, you try, you swing, swing, swing. Felt wrong not to swing. You swing, you hit something like this, out of the park. You don't want to be here for that. You just let that ball soar. You know, what if the ball falls and doesn't go over the net, or whatever the baseball term is? You let it go. That's just what happens.
I think it's crazy. Okay, look, I think it's crazy. I knew it was coming. But you told us on Sunday, shit's about to get real.
I said this week.
And then I'm looking at this freaking chart. And it's like Bitcoin's doing its Superman thing again. Just straight up. I mean, look at that thing. And you're telling me this is going to go where?
Yeah. So just notice, we're going to go up to, I mean, we're hitting 120 soon. The level that I'm expecting us to go to is this trend level over here, which is 118 to the 120 zone. That's what I'm expecting. And that's where we're going to hit some resistance and we're going to get a pullback, a little bit of a pullback. So we're going to go up to over here sometimes this week. That's what I'm expecting. And then your window of opportunity in order to come in is somewhere in this area between 116 and 120. So if you want to put limit orders at 116, 117, 118, good idea for when we come back down to get filled at those levels.
Okay, wait. Let's be clear. So we had 2 goals during the stream. One was to talk about, if you're not in yet, what is the smart way to FOMO into this trade? And then the second thing was
for the people who are already in the trade, right? If you're already in this trade and you want to take your profits, I would be taking profits at around in the 118 to 120 zone. Really, 120 is what I'd be looking at. If you want to be taking profits and you want to wait for a pullback in order to get back in. However, if you do that, your liquidation level will now be up to like 118. So if you're fine with that, and then you're gonna have to try a couple of times in order to get in, fine. But that's not what this 50x leverage strategy is all about. What we're trying to do is to catch the trend so that now we're using our profit of our position as our cushion, right? That way, when we get the pullback, I can add in without having to worry that that position is getting liquidated out. Does that raise my liquidation level somewhat? Absolutely. My liquidation level will keep on raising as I'm adding into my position, but it gives me way more buffer. But if you have no stomach for that, if you're weak, a weak person, and you want to take your profits and then get back in on a pullback, I say sell at 120, around 120, and then get back in at around the 115 level, 115 to 117, 118 level. This is not guaranteed yet or at all, but I'm just saying that with the price action that we're seeing right now, we'll have way more information on Sunday when the week closes, right? Because then we'll know what the actual week level is going to be. Right now, the weekly level is building up to be 110,000 on Bitcoin, right? That means the price could pull back to 110. Let's not get it twisted, folks. That means that can happen. But the further the price goes, the less likely that is to occur. All right. As we've seen before, once the price launches from the lower levels, like when we saw down here at 74, let me take off the daily so it's a little bit easier to see. So over here, when we launched off the lows, we never actually got pulled back to the 80 level, to the 90 level. We never got back there, right? We didn't even get down to this level over here at the 91. All these levels were left in the dust. We're going to revisit those later on when we're dealing with the short side come the turn in the liquidity. So it's no guarantee that we're going to get back to the 110 level. And in fact, the further the price jumps up, the harder it is for us to get back to those levels. Okay? So that's why I'm calling 115 to 118 zone as your pullback area. If we get to 120, we pull back there in order to get in. So those are for the people who want to either exit their trade or add to their trade. You got balls of brass, hold your position, add it into the trade as we pull back to the 115-ish level. If you don't, sell at 120 and, well, wait for whatever pullback you think is happening.
So what about the people who are not in and they've got FOMO right now?
You're not in the trade? We are going through what's called now a step change. We're only revisiting these levels here down in the $100,000 level. We're only revisiting that in the bear market. And right now, even if we take a look at that, what's the low on the bear market that we're going to get to? Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, it's going to be. Oh wait, no, wrong chart. 1 second. I'm actually curious. Let me see what that is. Right now, it's 43,000. That's on the low end. For if the cycle were to end right now, we're headed towards 43,000 ish. So we're going to be revisiting these $100,000 levels with the way that the price action is happening right now. So the people who are telling you, "Hey, have fun staying poor. We're never going to see Bitcoin at $100,000 again." These guys are what we call wrong. Okay,
that's the technical term.
Exactly. But let's get back to our 2-hour chart.
Oh wait, hang on. I missed it. I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention. Those who want to FOMO in, what do they do?
All right. So if you want to FOMO in, let's say you wanted to buy right now. You don't want to wait. You want to buy right now. The breakout makes you feel confident. FOMO, and you want to get in right now. Do not use leverage. Well, you can use 2x leverage. That's it. So get in at 2x leverage or buy in at spot. But expect several 15 to 30% pullbacks along the way. You're going to be suffering drawdowns. That's just what's going to happen. Now, that's not what I would recommend, right? That's if you needed to get into Bitcoin right now. If the alternative is to go to Polymarket, you go to Polymarket and you put on your big boy pants and you get to the what price will Bitcoin hit in July, and you press that $150,000 button and you buy those shares. Why? Because $100 gets you $3,000. Right now, $100 gets you $3,000 if you put it on there. Tom, what if Bitcoin doesn't get to 150 in July? What if it does? What if it does? If it doesn't, you lose $100. Look, if $100 is going to break the bank, get out of here.
Has incurred the sentence of excommunication.
What are you doing? Don't sit down on the $1,000 poker table asking for $20 chips. Get out of here. Okay? $100 is nothing to make this attempt. To make $3,000, fine. Totally fine to do it. And what if the bet fails this month for $150,000? What should they do next month?
Go in again next month.
Exactly right. Do it again next month. And if it fails next month, you do it again the next month after that. As long as the odds 2% that we get to 150, what do you think the odds were we were going to get to 115 July 10th? I knew it was 100%. You thought it was probably a lot less than that. So between the two of us, who understands odds better on Bitcoin? Come on. Hold me back.
Not financial advice. Do your own research.
Put on your big girl pants. You head over to the Polymarket. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Blah, blah, blah. Go to Polymarket. Hit the 150. Buy as many shares as you can afford. Divided by 12. Because you're going to have to do this bet again and again and again and again until it pays off. The people who took the 120 bet, like I was talking about before, you could take the 120 bet. They're already at a 62%. That's up 33%, folks. Printing money. So why am I saying the 151? Why am I saying the 150? One, because we're 50x leverage traders and we love going hard on earth, man. We go hard on earth. But also, 2% is there's a bigger chance in 2% that we get to 150. That means as the price keeps moving up, this number is going to keep increasing. And if it gets to 4%, because people get a little bit more FOMO as Bitcoin gets to higher prices, we get to 120, we get to 140, all of a sudden it's not going to be 2% anymore, it might be 4%. What does that mean? You double your money, bruh. Now, I already doubled my money on it because why? Because I got in at 1%, sub 1%. Why? Because of these here. Because of these right there. That's why. That's why. I already got in at 1%. It's already doubled.
Oh
you didn't.
I got
right?
it.
You got in. I'm saying the FOMO is out there. You didn't. So if you're sitting there thinking, looking at this chart going, I'm still going to buy it all-time highs. I'm waiting for my best friend to contact me. My contrarian indicator. Oh, is that all-time high? Should I buy Bitcoin now? All-time lows? Doesn't want to hear anything about it. Can't wait for him. I can't wait to get that text message. I'm going to be like, now's the time to sell. Now's the time to capture some of my profits and use my best friend exit liquidity in order to make some money. So if you're thinking, I got to look at this chart and I want to be exposed to Bitcoin, I'm telling you, I would recommend do the Polymarket way. Do the Polymarket way. It's like a song there somewhere. Do the Polymarket way. All right? That's how I would recommend. But if you want to know what your boy Sacred Prophet is doing, if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm holding, baby. Why? Because I added in exactly at the levels I was telling you about, perfect entries, by the way. Because I added in those levels, 2.5% every single time, I'm up almost double. My account portfolio is up almost double. What'd you do today?
Did you buy milk?
All right, guys, that's it for me. There's Revelations, done a full Sunday fuel. I'm going to have to dip out. Go to sacredprofit.com. Register for a free account. Get these indicators and the signals in the dashboard and be in contact with yours truly, Sacred Profit.
What
else do I have to? I have to hold you down and spoon feed you gold coins down your throat? Come on,
wait,
buddy. Wake up.
Wait. Which indicators would have helped them? Which indicators are they going to get at sacredprofit.com that would have helped them with this?
Anchors and cycles are my two major indicator suites. If you go to the chart, you'll see here that the indicators in question, the first one, let's put them on. Peter, let's put them on nicely. Let's hide them. So first up, you're going to toss on trend, anchors trend. And this will let you know what the trend is. I don't know how to make it any easier than this. Green, yellow, red. I'm like, let me give these people some crayons. Let's just draw it on the chart. Let's make it very clear to them what the trend is. Then you have levels. Levels will tell you the levels that you want to enter and exit at. That's all these lines on the chart. You want to be more creative, you want to be more flexible, you do the dailies. You want to be more long-term, you do the weeklies, the monthlies, the quarterlies. You want to get real spicy about it, you go down to the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and you use that to trade prop firms or whatever else you want to do. All kinds of different customization options you want for that. Those are the two indicators I would toss on the chart. The third one, you want to add wave. Wave is my moving average envelope, which just calling it that makes it sound so mundane and pedantic. This is a multi-dimensional script that adapts the envelope to whatever time frame you're looking at. I know you're used to having the 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average just on your chart. Just like on your chart. And you like look at it at the daily time frame and you look at it at the 1 hour time frame. You're like, oh, it's crossing the 250. Whew. If it was as easy as that, everyone would be driving Lambos. Obviously it isn't. But these moving average, these wave moving averages adapt to whatever time frame that you're looking at. Because I know that when you're down at the 15 minute, who cares what the 1 month is doing? There's other considerations. So these are the three indicators, a la base, at least I would say, toss onto the chart. And then depending on what kind of trader you are, there'll be other indicators in there that you can use in order to get a little bit more creative with it.
Sacredprofit.com. High value traders know that sacredprofit.com has the best indicators for you. Premium indicators optimized for 50x leverage for whatever trading you want to do. If you're a prop firm trader out there, these indicators are for you. Do you have an edge? Get rid of it. This is your edge. Sacred Profit is fantastic. I'm happy today.
Look, if somebody else is calling the bottoms and tops the way I am, I will gladly step back and defer to them. But you're not going to find them because no one has the same level of conviction.
No.
All hail the Holy Global Empire. Okay, I got to get out of here, Peter.
You underestimate my power.
Ooh, what a great day. People call me genius. Wonderful. All right, wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Money to me.
Praise where the river flows free. I only carry the flame.
They're singing my praises out here, buddy.